Hi there. I would like to share a thought with you regarding what the Apostle John had to say about the Comforter. You see, in John chapter 14, Jesus says, "I will send you another Comforter." This has created much controversy as to what Jesus meant. Did he mean, "I will send you someone else other than myself"? Or did he mean, "I will come to you in another form"? The meaning of what Jesus said becomes clear when we compare the words of Jesus in that chapter to see what he had to say about himself and what he had to say about the Comforter. Notice what we read. Talking about himself, Jesus said, "The world seeth me no more." Talking about the Comforter, Jesus said, "The world seeth him not." Talking about himself, he said, "But you see me." About the Comforter, he said, "But you know him." Jesus was with them at that time, but talking about the Comforter, he said, "He dwelleth with you." Talking about himself, he says, "I in you," that is in that day, in the future. Talking about the Comforter, he says, "He shall be in you." Talking about himself, he said, "I will come to you." About the Comforter, he says, "I will give you another Comforter." About himself in Matthew 28:19, Jesus said, "Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." Talking about the Comforter in John 14 verse 16, Jesus said, "He may abide with you forever." As you can see, Jesus was talking about himself in the third person. This was not uncommon for him to do. He said, "You will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds," and many other instances like that. He spoke about himself in the third person. But that is not all what I want to share with you. You see, John is the only apostle that uses the word comforter or parakletos in Greek in the New Testament. He used it only 4 times. What I want us to do now is to look up every time the word parakletos is used to see what we can learn from it. 3 out of these 4 times, Jesus used it in his discourse in John chapter 14, 15, and 16. I'll read these verses to you. "And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another Comforter, a Parakletos, that he may abide with you forever." That's John 14:16. "But when the Comforter, Parakletos, is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me." That's chapter 15, verse 26. "Nevertheless, I tell you the truth, it is expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter, Parakletos, will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you." That's John chapter 16 and verse 7. In this discourse, Jesus said how the Comforter will come unto you. The Comforter will teach you all things, and the Comforter will show you things of the Father. However, please note that in this discourse, Jesus was speaking to the disciples in Proverbs. When the disciples wondered at the words of Jesus saying, "We cannot tell what he saith," in John chapter 16 verse 18 that is, he spoke plainly to them and said, "These things have I spoken unto you in Proverbs, but the time cometh when I shall no more speak unto you in Proverbs, but I shall show you plainly of the Father." That's chapter 16 verse 25. In his answer, he spoke plainly to them. Notice he no longer said the Comforter will show you as he said earlier. Now he said, "I will see you again, and I shall show you plainly of the Father." It is rather obvious that Jesus was speaking about himself in the third person while teaching the disciples in Proverbs. However, this becomes very clear when we read the 4th instance in which John used the term Parakletos. We find it in his first letter, chapter 2 and verse 1. "My little children, these things write I unto you, that ye sin not. And if any man sin, we have an advocate, a Parakletos, with the Father." Who is he? Jesus Christ the righteous. John, the one who wrote Jesus' discourse in John 14 to 16, the only disciple who used the term Parakletos, plainly identified who this Parakletos or Comforter is. He said we have a Parakletos with the Father, Jesus Christ the righteous. If we let Scripture interpret itself, it becomes very easy to identify who the Apostle John believed the Comforter is. I pray that this has been helpful to you. I pray that God will bless you. May you continue to study the Scriptures, and I appeal to you to believe what the Scriptures have to say, not what man's tradition or man's teaching have to say. God bless you.